chord melody. That was a few licks of Viva La Vida, arranged by James Hill, written by Coldplay. The next Zoom Room session will focus on the chord melody technique from the ground up, defining what it is, how to play it in simple arrangements. What is chord melody? Well, if we look at the definition James Hill gives in his course, Chord Melody Crash Course Part 1, we can see that in chord melody we take advantage of the fact that our ears are hardwired to listen to the highest sounding note or the last note in a chord. If we make either of these the main melody note, it will rise above the rest of the chord and take command of the ear. What that really boils down to is every time we change the way we play a chord or play a variation, it's like reshuffling a deck of cards to direct the audience attention to specific notes. So what we have in front of us here is the C chord, but before I get to it, I want to show you a little picture of a cube, okay? A cube is a visual illusion, which means that our eye is tricked into seeing a three-dimensional shape that isn't actually there. How do we make a cube? Well, we take a couple of squares and connect them with some lines. But if I take away the front square, we see the building blocks of that cube. Okay, so what I'd like to do in this lesson is take you through the building blocks of chord melody, using first the C chord, then the song Hot Cross Buns. Let's take a look at that C chord. We put our third finger on the third fret of the A string on the bottom. Even an absolute beginner could do this. The lesson will be accessible to everyone. We can strum that just like so. C major chord. But what if we break up that chord into its component parts? We can play just the top two strings. We have to play at least two strings. Or we could play the top three strings only. Or we could just play the bottom two strings. There are a lot of variations that you could play on the C chord, not necessarily strumming all the strings at once, but taking it apart and playing pieces of it. In Coldplay's Viva La Vida, James Hill does this. He takes the melody of the song and adds variations of chords to it in order to make a chord melody arrangement. The chorus part, melody line, is simply but by adding pieces of the major chords that go with that melody, you get a more full sound. But the bottom highest note is the one that the ear will concentrate on. Notice I'm playing one of these mandolin chords again, okay? In our session, we're not going to play something that's advanced. We're going to play something a lot more simple. In this next slide, you can see what we're going to play, okay? It's called Hot Cross Buns. All it is 7-5-3 EDC on the A string. You're only going to play the A string on the very bottom, and you're going to slide your third finger all the way up to the 7th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it'll be the second dot on our ukulele. Now you can see we slide down to 5 with our second finger and down to 3 with our first finger. I'm going to show you a closer version of what that looks like. So here we are sliding up to the 7th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what I like to do is use my third finger instead, but you can use any finger and slide down as long as it's comfortable for you. So our melody sounds like this. 7, 5, 3, rest. 7, 5, 3, rest. 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 5, 3, rest. Hot cross buns, rest. Hot cross buns, rest. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. That's the melody line you can practice for our lesson. When we get to it, we're going to add a chord melody arrangement to that song so that you'll fool the ear into thinking that your ukulele is doing two things at the same time. If we have time after that, I'm going to show you some more variations on the C, F, and G chords. We remember what those look like from our last session. Here they are again. But what we're going to do is add a few variations on the C chord and create a technique called rocking the C chord. I'm going to show you a little bit of what it sounds like. You can see that that second finger is going to drive the melody. okay, on the C chord. So watch me play how it'll sound. Here's our regular C chord, but now we're going to add some variations with our second finger on the top G string. That's called rocking the C chord, and it's more with variations and technically chord melody strumming. I really hope you enjoy the session. It's free. Tips will be definitely welcome at my email address that I will provide for you. If you have any questions prior to the session, please just let me know on our page or by sending me an instant message. Again, Wednesday evening Atlantic time, 6 o'clock until 6:40 or 7 on Zoom. All of the information is on the Halifax City Ukulele Facebook group and on the Brian D. LaPlante Music and Ukulele Facebook page. I really hope you enjoy it. It's my second run through. I'm definitely no expert, but it's an amazing experience to try to connect online using this beautiful little instrument. So I hope to see you there. Take good care.